Our first battle, excuse me, our first knockout for the night was Team Legend, and that was Nell and RENZO.
Yes.
Nell sang the incredible Sweet Thing by the incomparable Shaka Khan.
Yes.
Don't you hear me talking, baby? Love me now, go. Yeah, I can't deny.
And RENZO sang Happier Than Ever, Billie Eilish, which is actually one of her newer songs, but
Yes.
it's been done a couple of times on this show, which is crazy. Testament to her and Phineas for just writing just bananas of a song.
Right.
That's just embarrassing. You were my everything, and all that you did was make me really sad.
Okay, so now notice when you are in the presence of a true, like, seasoned performer, how they can take any song, number one, and make it their own. That to me is a true artist.
Yes.
And then what to me makes you next level artist is when you take a well-known difficult song and make it your own. Because Sweet Thing is one of those songs you don't even begin to think about attempting unless you got vocal. It's Shaka Khan, one of my favorite singers of all time, one of many people's top 10 list singers of all time. And it's probably her best known song, next to I'm Every Woman, maybe. So Nell did something at the beginning of this song that I just loved. She didn't take so much of a sexy approach. It was more soft and reserved. Her I will love you anyway. Like just it was so sweet. It was like, I will love you anyway. Almost a whisper. I will love you anyway.
Yes.
And I just was like, that. She had me from that.
Yes.
She had me from that because she didn't come, I will love you anyway. Like, she didn't give me that. You know, I'm over exaggerating to give y'all an example of what I'm talking about.
Right.
But it was just so confident, and it was so, like Kelsey said, it was so woman, like it was so mature. I said, and then she kept singing, and then she got to the bridge, and then it just was bananas. It went from reserved to banana singing. And something that she did that a lot of singers, unless you got some years on you, some mileage on these chords, did you hear, like, it was almost her voice was going in and out. Like, and that's the best way I can describe it. Not in and out of pitch, but in and out, like she gave it to you, she pulled it back. She gave it to you, and she pulled it back. And that, to me, is a champion singer. Y'all, listen to me. I love how she made this her own. I love how she countered the BGVs on this song. This song, I was like, what is she going to do? Because this song is very BGV, background vocal heavy. And she just countered it. Like, it was just, it's like she danced around it. Danced around it. And it was just like, insert, oh, give it to you, pull it back, insert. Like, it was just, it was like an artist deciding which breast stroke, you know, what stroke. Like, yeah, it was just crazy. And then she went straight, hallelujah, at the end of the song. I was like, what? She said, crazy, 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 crazy. I said, and then she pulled it back.
And she pulled it back.
I said, no, you my sweet thing. Like, that was crazy. That was crazy. I need Shaka to hear that now. I really do, because I think she would love it, because you just brought this rendition to it that was just, it was just fire. It was, I loved every second of it from start to finish. Stephanie. I'm sorry, I'm eating a cookie, y'all. I'm hungry.
Oh, okay. When I hear that an artist is doing a song like Sweet Thing, my first initial reaction is, uh-oh. It just is. It just is
Yeah.
because of the song, because of the difficulty, because we all know it, and mostly because what are you going to do to this song that I haven't heard already? Basically, how are you going to make the song your own? Insert Nell. Nell has literally done things to this song that I have never ever heard before.
Ever.
And I've heard so many renditions
How
of
many
this song.
renditions of this song have we heard?
Infinity and beyond. And I have never heard a rendition of this song the way that she did it, particularly the back end. But I love how you highlighted the beginning, James, because there was this breathiness, like you were talking about. There was this breathiness, but like this power and this confidence. And her voice just cut. And that first verse, because it's kind of in the lower register of her voice, it, for others, it can tend, and also you got to make sure that you have good diction as well. Now, Shaka can get away with singing it the way Shaka does, because Shaka can sing this song however she wants to. However, anybody else, you need good diction to be able to sing this first verse and be able and have people who, for whatever reason, who have never heard this song, understand what you're saying, because the lyrics go by so quickly. She did that immaculately. She goes into the chorus, and then right after one chorus, we go into the key change, and I was like, oh, here we go. And when she got into the bridge, it was like, oh, and you know what I loved about the bridge? I actually loved this time, which we did not like last week. I loved this week that the band did the hits. They did the hits. I love that for this for this selection. And then there was snappage. When she said crazy, 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 I've never in my life heard anybody actually sound vocally crazy, like actually express that vocally, the way in which she did it. And then to take all that energy and then bring it back at the end, let me tell y'all, that is not an easy thing to do, because you're giving out so much, and to be able to pull it back and still be on pitch and not be out of breath. This was a clinic. It was a clinic, vocal clinic, masterclass, pro level, incredible performance. Incredible.
I mean, Nell hasn't given a bad performance. Like, not even close.
Not even
like,
close.
To me, she's been like top 5 of this season. So we'll get to the results in just a few moments, but she was up against Renzo. And because I know, and Stephanie and I know what type of singer Renzo is, like, I knew Renzo was going to bring it when I heard Happier Than Ever. I said, okay. I said, this is the perfect song for him. And this goes back to Stephanie's annual or perennial statement. It's song choice, song choice, song choice. And Renzo knew he was going to have to do something extremely special to beat Nell. And he wasn't going to probably beat her vocally, but when the song choice fits you like a glove, the way Happier Than Ever fits Renzo, I mean, what are you going to do?
What you going to do?
I love that he, and Stephanie, you'll know what I mean. We've heard versions of this song where, in my opinion, they don't get the A section.
Yes.
Renzo just gets it.
He got it.
He gets it. He gets how it's supposed to be sung. He gets how it's supposed to be stylized. Now, if I'm being really picky, a little too many runs for me in the beginning. It was a little distracting, but that's just me personally, because I felt like he gave more of a clean, meaning not bad vocal, just more of a clean vocal in the B section
Okay.
than he did. And maybe it's because that the A section is so intimate and you hear everything because it's just him, right?
Mm-hmm.
And so, and I could tell, you could tell by what he did and how he emoted the A section that he was going to holler the back half of this song. You just knew it was coming.
1000%.
You knew it was coming. I loved his embellishments in the B section. I loved that it wasn't too much, that he did a couple of runs and riffs, not even runs, more embellishments and riffs,
Mm-hmm.
because this song is very important and it needs to be heard. I said his voice is so easy, it's so healthy, and it's so open. Like he just has this, it's just a healthy, incredible sounding voice.
Unlimited
I say
throat.
Renzo is a singer. He is a
Yes.
singer.
Yes.
Like he's what other singers listen to sound like.
Yes.
Like that's all I can do to describe his voice. And that Leave Me Alone at the end that he did with the Leave Me Alone lyric at the end, I said, well, you gonna make this next to impossible.
You're right.
You gonna make an impossible decision have to be made, Renzo.
Right.
Because that was the best rendition of that song I've ever heard. But besides Billy, best rendition of that song I've ever heard.
High
It was
praise.
just, it's how I would want that rendition to be sung,
Mm-hmm.
right?
Mm-hmm.
And Michael later talks about, I think it was Michael or someone talked about, how you need to, he was talking about range and stuff, like how you
Mm-hmm.
need to, this is not a karaoke or this is not a copy. It's your interpretation, basically. I
Mm-hmm.
forget the word he used.
Mm-hmm.
But this was, it's like Billy handed him the song.
Mm-hmm.
It was amazing.
Mm-hmm.
Stephanie?
Absolutely. So Renzo, I'm gonna need an album.
Yeah.
Soon, but not too soon, because if it comes out too soon, then that means you're not going to the live. So, let's wait till after the season.
Yeah.
But like, as soon as the season ends, I'm gonna need an album. So, on our Patreon last week, for those of you who are new here, we are a part of the Patreon community. For only $5, you can join us and get all of our bonus content, which we release something at least 2 to 3 times per week. At the end of the week last week, we had our patrons, our paid patrons, ask us some questions. And one of the questions that was asked was, what, if you were a coach, what would make you hit your button? So my answer, and a bridge to my answer, would be Renzo, a voice like his. Renzo has an instant hit voice for me, in tone, in texture, in clarity. Just, you can tell 5 seconds into his vocal that nothing is going to go wrong. Everything is going to be right. And even if creatively or artistically you may not like a run or you may not like a riff, it's not because it's wrong. It's not because it's pitchy. It just might be personal preference. I loved at the A section, as you talk about the song, how his vibrato at the end kind of lingered. And I was like, oh my God, yes. Give me more, give me more. He, without saying and repeating everything that you said, I will add to. It was so interesting to hear the instrumentation at the back end of the song was very much like the original version, which is very like rock heavy. But I would ask for everybody to notice that nothing in Renzo's voice changed. His voice was still his voice. He did not make his voice sound more rock. He did not make his voice sound more alternative. If you've listened to other songs that Renzo has done throughout the competition, his voice sounds exactly the same. And that just shows you what a transcendent voice he has, and that he can literally sing anything and sing in any genre, and he is just going to sound like him. And I think that that is such an incredible gift to have.
Yeah, this one pissed me off because, and I started to get pissed before as Renzo was singing. I said somebody's gonna go home
Right.
because there's literally only one, and they're not gonna do it at the top of the show.
They're
I
not
said,
going to do it at the top.
if we're thinking logically, they're gonna do it at the end of the show. So one of these, I started thinking. I said one of these people are gonna go home, and
Right.
I'm already getting angry.
Right.
And I got even more angry that it was Nell
Mm.
because I think Renzo, like, I don't think he needs a show.
Mm.
Like, I don't think he needs a show. I think someone like not saying that Nell does either, but Nell's in a different age bracket than Renzo. She's one of the older contestants of this group, and I just think I wanted America to really fall in love with Nell. And
Mm-hmm.
we've only really gotten to see Nell one other time,
Mm-hmm.
and it was one of the best battles, like in the history of battles, as far as I'm concerned. She and Olivia's battle was like, it lives rent free. It's like one of my top 5 battles.
Yes.
I go back to it.
Yes.
I go back to the Roberta flag.
Yes.
And so it really pissed me off that Nell got sent home. But then I would have been just as angry if Renzo did.
Right. Right.
You know?
Right. Yeah.
So
yeah.
I wrote, I have nothing more to say. I was so angry. I was so mad. I was like, why am I going to be angry? And this is just the first, like, so now I'm going to be mad like the rest of the show.
Exactly. Yeah. I think we'll have a little bit more discussion. We'll have a little bit more discussion about this and the whole saves stuff in Patreon, because I have some things to say as well.
Okay,
and
good.
we haven't even gotten there. We don't even know what is shaking out yet.
We got so much to talk about.
Yes, we do.
All right. So obviously Renzo is on. Nell was unfortunately sent home.
Right.
Which was a travesty.
Yes, agreed.